Hello everyone, another game review on the Road to 1500. Just played this one, and I thought I would start with this one for reasons that will become clear. I'm going to give a bit of an update on how things are going after this game as well, but let's jump into this one. My opponent played d4, and I went for the Dutch. This is still an opening that I'm learning. I've had some really good results with it, I've had some bad results. Still not entirely familiar with all the ideas, but the only way I'm going to get better is to keep playing it, so there we go. All but moves so far. I decided to castle here. That apparently wasn't best. I should have immediately played d5. I was kind of annoyed a little bit when I saw this move, in fact, backing up a couple of moves, because I was intending to play b6 on the next move, but this actually prevents that, because, b6 bishop here is prevented by this on the next move. So I was spending a little bit of time, not a lot of time, but I was trying to decide what to do here. And I was trying to figure out if this move is safe or not. Like, can my opponent push a pawn and cause me problems? Like, what if they play this? It's playable, but it's still okay for me. So apparently then I just jumped the knight in here. And I think I saw that as being possible. I was also, after playing this move, slightly regretting it as well, because maybe I want to do this at some point. Like, I can't now, because that traps my bishop. Or does it? No, I can trade. Or in fact, I can come back. But, okay, so this is playable. And I was kind of thinking, yeah, maybe it's better to get the pawn out first. But this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, I don't know the correct approach in the Dutch a lot of the time. I'm kind of winging it a little bit. But anyway, ended up here. And now I played b6. So it's possible now. I was conscious that my opponent could take here, and I have to take back with the pawn, but that's okay for me. We've got the bishop pair. This diagonal looks extremely juicy. If we can somehow get this bishop involved, if we push this pawn, that could potentially cause problems for white there. I think that's why the evaluation is the way it is. So I was okay with that. They didn't do that. They kicked my bishop. I took, which is, from what I'm understanding, almost always the right move in the Dutch. So now my opponent has a bishop here. And I decided to develop my bishop here. It's not the best move. I should apparently jump the knight in immediately. And I know that's a thematic move in the Dutch. Like, and I was trying to work out how to do this. And I was sort of thinking, maybe I need to support it with this as well first. But it's actually, the best move is to jump in straight away. But I was a bit worried about that. I was a bit worried about, what if they just decide to trade? It's not the best move, but it's really bad. Well, it's an inaccuracy use. But this is apparently just fine. Like, having these double pawns, I guess with the open F file, is to compensation. So that's good to know. Like, again, I'm learning what is possible in certain positions. But I went for this move. I thought I'd just target this pawn and potentially iron up where the king wants to go. They should have gone for d5 immediately. Anyway, I now played this move, and with the idea supporting the knight here, and then they blundered and gave up a pawn. So now this is almost winning. It's -2. They've started to go even more wrong. Got my knight to where I want it, and opened up the F file as well. My bishop is amazing on this square, and it's going to be very difficult to get rid of. Like, they would have to get rid of it with the knight or a sack a rook. And yeah, that's going to take a long time. But this bishop is here for a while. But they went for this. I decided to threaten checkmate. I spent a bit of time on that because I wanted to make sure I wasn't blundering. I've had a few games recently where I try and be a bit too clever and do an in-between move. Because my knight's hanging, remember? So I just had to make sure this worked, and there wasn't some way for them to win a piece or something. But it does work. It is the best move. They defend. I save the knight and start bringing it over towards what could be the king side. Well, it is the king side, but I don't know where the white king is going to castle yet. It might actually make more sense in this position for them to castle queen side. I mean, they can't castle king side anyway, because it is bishop. It seems, I don't know, risky for them to castle queen side, but the position's quite closed over on the queen side, so maybe it's okay. Anyway, they started trying to do something with the knight. I jumped the queen in. A6 is apparently best. I just thought I would poke and prod a little bit over here. You know, there's a lot of weaknesses and loose pieces, and people make mistakes. They found the best move. I came back, prodding this knight now. I was expecting this move. Yep. But that just hangs a pawn. And, you know, that's actually not the best move for me. I should actually just leave that pawn and come back to f7, which I'm struggling a little bit to understand, but I guess maybe there's some threat in the future if I take this pawn of, you know, castle queen side and then the rook coming over to the H file. But I went for it anyway, and it's still good, it's still winning. And then they just blundered. They blundered mate in 2. So, yeah, pretty simple. Mate is now, the only way to prevent mate is to play this move, and then I just take it. So they resigned in this position. So that was quite a nice game. And that's my most recent one. And you might have noticed from my rating, I'm now 13-18. And that was after this game. And I've had a really bad run, guy. Like, I don't know exactly what's happened. We'll quickly check the actual review for this. Because I wanted to highlight this. That, you know, I'm hoping that things are getting better again. Because this game, I feel like I played really well. It was in the Dutch, which, again, I'm still learning. 0 mistakes, 0 misses, 0 blunders, 94.7% accuracy. You know, I can't complain about that. I'm very happy with this game. And this was sort of a game I played after having a break, after possibly the worst session I've ever had in chess. And I'll just show you, you know, my game history. So, probably starting around about here. You know, I was doing fine. I was 1400 again, around about here. And then, they just all started going wrong. Really bad. Okay, so there was 4 wins in a row there. I think this was, I've covered this already in the last video. So somewhere, yeah, around about here somewhere. So, from here, basically, look at all the red. And for some reason as well, it was giving me the white pieces, like, all the time. Like, look at these 3 games here, all with the white pieces. And one of the problems I think I have is with the London now. The London has been pretty good to me so far. But certainly in this session, I don't know what it was, but I'm trying to be a bit too experimental with it. Like, I'm trying to explore the opening, figure out what works and what doesn't work, and that's risky. You know, you are going to make mistakes. And there was a couple of games where I tried to attack far too early, tried pushing my pawns on the king side. I mean, let's jump in to a couple of these games. Like, let's have a look at one that looks like high quality. So in this one here, my opponent played pretty well, it looks like. Let's have a look at this. So, start with London. I've been trying this move out. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep trying it out, because when the opponent takes, I've had some games, and it says this is the best move. The engine, I think. No, it's not. Okay. It says queen takes is now the best. That's interesting, because I'm pretty sure in some positions it's best to take with the pawn. Okay, so that's interesting. I need to figure that out. Because I've had a couple of games where I've done this, and I've thought, this looks okay, you know? It supports e4. I've also had a few games where I've managed to get in an early e4 because my opponent sort of maybe played this move and not this move. And like e4 is just possible straight away. And I've not had a lot of luck with that either. So I think when I get into the traditional London setup, where, you know, all the pieces are, you know, you have to pawn here, knight here, bishop somewhere, hopefully here, castle kingside. When I get into that position, it tends to go really well. But I've just not been having that, and I've been trying different things, and it hasn't been working at all. So anyway, my opponent didn't do that. I tried to keep developing. I jumped the knight in. So in this position, I should literally be exchanging off this bishop. I'm guessing this is probably bad as well. Yeah, this isn't the best. So literally the best move is to take like this, which seems counterintuitive to me. I don't like doing that, because it sort of looks like it's helping black to develop. But it's okay, it's a draw, and maybe, you know, we just play from this position, that's okay. Something I don't quite like about it, like I don't know. I don't know what else I can do here. Like, there's not really many alternatives. You can take this bishop as well, but then we're just trading everything. And I don't really like that. So I maybe need to consider something a bit different or in an earlier move. And I'm not sure what. If you guys have any ideas, if you guys know the sort of player I am, I like to keep pieces on the board. I like complication, tactic, attacking. You know, what else can I do here that's not going to result in a very boring position? So anyway, I tried jumping the knight in. Black is now better. And they found the correct move. I should have taken with the pawn. Which is fair enough, I guess. But I took this way. And we're trading. And now it's just a draw again. Black could have taken here. Doubled my pawns. And that's a slight advantage for them. But, you know, we're just in a drawing situation now. I'm trying to get something going. It just looks very dry. And sort of, there's not a lot going on here now. It's not the best. My opponent went for this, which is an inaccuracy. And then I played this move. It's a wonder. And I saw straight away. Is this the idea? No, that's not the idea. Yeah, my bishop's in trouble. So basically, I just trapped my own bishop. But it looks like queen here is pretty nice as well. Like, I've just opened up this diagonal in a way which I should not have done. I mean, I can block like this. Queen comes back. But how do I save this bishop? Okay, I have to go for e4, yeah. But, you know, this is just really bad. Like, not telling me how much time I had there. I mean, like, I played that in 3 seconds, it looks like. And just a simple blunder check, you know. How does this change the position? Oh, it blocks the bishop. Oh, it opens this diagonal. You know, it's just missing that sort of thing is just really bad. So I'm not going to be too harsh on myself, or on the London rather, in this game, because I did have a drawing position and I just blundered, basically, is what happened. My opponent went for this. And then this is not the right idea. And I've now got a chance to draw again, but I didn't manage to do that. I went for e4. Should have gone for knight f3. I was considering that with maybe the idea of this, but what happens if they just try and trap the bishop? Okay, they can't. So I attack the queen this way. Interesting. Did I attack the knight? Oh, okay. Wow. And if they try and save the knight, this pawn's coming. Is that right? Oh, they can't do that. The queen is pinned. That's interesting. Okay, I did not see that. That would have been good if I'd seen that. And I was considering that as well. I saw this. I saw this move, but I didn't. I think I looked at this briefly, but I discounted it. That's annoying. Okay, but back here, I went for this. I thought I need to save my bishop. I need to try like counterattack this knight. Maybe I can activate the queen over on the queen side or something. So I went for this. It just doesn't work. And I decided to take on. Again, knight f3 is crucial here to try and save something. But anyway, it just started falling apart after this. I'm a piece down now. And my opponent played really well. Decided to try castling, but it's just too late. I tried to be a little bit tricky, create some threat, but ultimately my opponent found the right moves, and this was a last-ditch attempt at something. It just doesn't work. You know, if I could take this rook, that'd be mate, but I can't. I've got one piece left, queen and a rook, and there's just nothing here. And eventually they won my rook. Still looking for, you know, when you've got this one move idea, you have to keep trying. So I did for a few moves, but yeah, I just resigned in this position because mate come in. So yeah, this is kind of like the story, or part of the story of what's been happening, you know. So I started at 1400, I dropped down to like 1309 after this series of horrible, horrible losses. All the white ones in the London. Against some good opponents, for sure. Some of my opponents played really well. Not even reviewed some of these. I'll need to do that at some point. But I guess it's just like, maybe this is to be expected. You know, like I had a very good run. I've been consistently going up. All the way to 1400. And now we've got this blip. You know, I've dropped off a cliff here at the end. And maybe this just happens from time to time. And maybe I'm getting a bit too experimental with the London. Trying a bit too hard. Force things. Like the London just gives you a nice position if you play it correctly. You end up with a very playable middle game, and sometimes a winning middle game, even out of the opening as white. And I feel like I'm trying to force it too much. So yeah, that's where we are. It's been a bit of a disappointment, dropping back down this far in one or two sessions. The other thing I would say is I was playing on my mobile quite a lot, and that's something I haven't done before, and I don't know, I feel like it takes a little bit of getting used to, playing on mobile. It feels different to playing on the computer. But anyway, I'm not going to make any excuses. Like, I just played badly. I blundered, as I normally do. My opponents played really well. And I just feel the London is now a bit of a problem for me. I need to really sort that out and get back on track. But that's what I'm going to try and do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of an update for you. I started off with the good game, just to give you something positive, I guess. And you know what? It's all positive. I'm still learning. I'm learning now that you can't, even at this level, players are good enough to really punish you if you don't, get out of the opening in a sensible way. And I might cover some of the other games because I think that some of them are quite instructive. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Take care of yourselves, guys, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye for now.